Hey guys, Becca Scoops here. I hope you guys are having a good Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Thank you for everyone who joined me on my live stream on Thursday. That was awesome. If you guys haven't seen it, you can catch the replay. A lot of good stuff on that live stream that you're not going to want to miss. But yeah, I'm back. Keekins isn't here. I'm sure she'll come in. Keekins is my cat for those of you that are new, and she comes in and out, and that's her little bed there. Sometimes she's here, sometimes she's frightened to be here, depending on what we're covering. And this is a little frightening, some of the stuff I'm going to be bringing you in this video. So you know how we do it here. Settle in, get your beverage of choice, get your snack of choice, and spend a little time with me. This video is going to be going over Gypsy Rose Blanchard, what she's doing right now, and of course, the infamous, salacious, horrendous prison phone calls that we just can't get enough of. Now, before I get to them, and I've got some really good clips for you guys that you haven't heard anywhere else. You guys are going to want to stay tuned, okay, for this. But before I get to that, Gypsy Rose is doing what Gypsy Rose does. And the more I listen to these prison phone calls, the more she is so easy to figure out. One thing she loves is taking pictures of herself. It is obsessive. It goes like, I don't know anyone that wants so much pictures of them, just of themselves posted. And I bet you, I don't know this for a fact, but I bet you guys this. I bet she doesn't have half as many professional pictures done of her daughter. Okay. I can almost guarantee you guys that little to none professional pictures of her daughter or with her daughter. It is all about her and her looks. And it is just so base, so not attractive, right? It's just somebody, a person that has no depth of character. They're just surface. They're like animals seeking their next meal. There's nothing deep about this person, right? And I know, come on, she murdered her mother. Why would you think there would be something deep about her? I know, but she doesn't even try to hide it. I don't think she knows it. And I'm talking about when I listen to these prison phone calls. It's just bizarre. And it's scary in a lot of ways too, that she's like moving amongst us. You know what I mean? All right, guys, let me get to it. There are some pictures here she's been posting. So she's been doing her summer glow up or glow talks. I don't know. A lot of people think it's because Ken and her are broken up and she's trying to do a makeover of herself. She's constantly doing a makeover of herself, okay? So she got this mullet done. Her hair is short and she got this done. 12-hour transformation. Thousands and thousands of dollars to get this done. Now, this supposedly isn't AI or Photoshop. Many people are saying it is, okay? Because this is really what her hair looks like. There she is at a gym. It's this mullet with long hair in the back, right? And probably she dropped 3 or 4 grand on this. And then she joined a gym and then she got the professional pictures taken. I mean, what is this? What is this? Um, yeah, I don't, no one wants, see the hair? It's a mullet. It is. There's not, but she wants everyone to think it looks like that. Maybe it does. I don't know. Most people say it doesn't. Yeah, well, let me go back. Hold on. Let me go back to this. Not this one. This one. This. These are for these. This is a professional photographer. If this isn't for the so-called upcoming podcast, if this is just because, yeah, there's nothing wrong with getting professional pictures taken of yourself. I'm not saying there is, okay? I haven't done it for 25 years, but I haven't been in any, well, no, okay, well, when my son got married, there I was a part of those, right? But like me myself getting them done, no, the last time I did it, it was when I was with pictures with my sons. It wasn't pictures of me alone. And again, even if you do that, nothing wrong. She's doing it all the time. It's okay. Arrogant, no humility, nothing, right? I mean, I just no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm, can't with her on that. So, that's what she's doing, and that's not really what I'm here. By the way, we're going to be going over this woman, Michelle Moore, and I just thought I'd bring this one up of her, very similar to the kind of strike a pose the Gypsy was doing, right? Yeah, and when you hear some of the things Michelle, I'm sorry, Melissa Moore. Michelle is the name of her ghostwriter. I get them confused. You know the M names. I get them confused, but this is Melissa Moore, daughter of the Happy Face Killer. Wow, her Instagram was a eye opener. Oh, yeah. I think Gypsy is really, really trying to follow in this woman's foot steps. And when we get to the Melissa Moore calls, you will see what I'm talking about. It's just, it's just it's tacky. It's all about greed. All of this is about greed. All right. And the first one I'm going to bring up for you, these prison phone calls. How about being fake gay? Hmm? Gypsy talked about how she got to prison and, she's like positive, like for the LGBTQ community. And, she's all for that until the background comes out. These prison phone calls come out. And in these calls, Gypsy said, you know what? She was kind of faking it. She really didn't have a relationship with anyone in prison. I know there's those biscuit and gravy kind of, if you don't know what they're about Gypsy trading sexual favors for biscuit and gravy. But maybe what she was really talking about, and you're going to listen to these calls, was that she let people think that she was pro LGBTQ when really she was just being fake gay because she wanted to seem, quote, relatable, unquote. That's right. And many of us thought that about a lot of the things she does, a lot of things that she posts on social media. It's to seem relatable. She targets certain audiences, like the Christian community. We saw the Christian beige era with her, right? And so these phone calls are going to reveal that she targeted the LGBTQ community, pretending to be gay, or what her and Ryan like to call it, fake gay. Okay. So let me go ahead and there's two phone calls. I'm sure there's more, but I've got two that you need to hear about how she was trying to be relatable and trying to pull one over on the LGBTQ community. Hold on, let me get those. All right, guys, let me go ahead and get that phone call for you. Here it is. Let me bring it up. Now, before I start playing it, what I want you guys to know is this. This video, the audio's bad. It's muffled on her part, but we've got the closed caption on there. But the part that you really need to hear, you will hear, okay? But you kind of need to hear the context of the conversation. Here we go.
About what do we do with our kids and all the gay stuff out there and things like that. But we just tell them the truth. Yeah. Like, there's nothing, I don't want to, one thing I don't like doing is lying to kids. So, like,
and of course, this is Ryan Anderson, her ex husband. And the date on this is 10/21/2022. So they're not married yet.
We're just going to talk to our kids like adults. We're going to tell them how things are, but we're not going to like over tell them. We're not going to be like, oh, yeah, they fuck each other in the butt.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to overdo it. We're not going to be like, okay, they go in the out holes where they should be going in the in hole. You know, we're not going to be doing that. But we'll be like, look, those two guys like you. Like, we walk on somebody and they're kissing, or we watching the show and there's dudes kissing. We'll just be like, look, that's what they like. They like each other.
It's helpful. It's helpful.
Yeah, they love each other. That's what we'll say. Well, look, they love each other, so they're kissing, and then they'll be like, ooh, probably. So
Please know that there's like, whenever I get out and, have some more time to read books and research the internet, there's a time at the current age that kind of happens to me. That I just didn't know how you felt about it. And I think that it is back in today's culture, even if you're not, it's almost instant. And so if you're not that way, you're looked at as, oh, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I know it's very hard to hear, but what she's saying right here is, oh, now it's really hard though when I get out, she's talking about being straight or gay, and she's going to say here, sexuality, heterosexuality is a problem. So she's saying that society is saying that heterosexuality is a problem. She doesn't like it. Okay.
Like they wanted to be so incorporated into society now. People that are straight.
Being gay is so incorporated into society now.
Well, I can see what you're saying. Like,
I don't want them to be fake gay.
I don't want them to be fake gay, talking about their children, meaning that she thinks that her children may be tempted, because this is what she did, which you're going to come to find out. Her children may be tempted, in their adolescence or whatever, to state that they're bi or gay or whatever, just to be accepted into society. What she's saying is that society doesn't accept straight people solely anymore, that, to be hip, to be cool, and this is her words, you have to be gay or bi. Okay.
well, baby.
Yeah, no, I want to do
I'm just saying, I don't think that we're going to let our kids be fake gay. Like you posted on Facebook.
Like you posted on Facebook. So here it comes. Okay. They've already had this discussion about how Gypsy made these posts on Facebook, and it was her being fake gay. And she'll admit it because she wanted to be, in her own words, you're going to hear here, relatable. She wanted to be relatable. And it's funny to her.
Yeah.
See?
But I still think about that. Now, like, this is my list keeps popping up on your tablet.
I wanted to be cool, so.
Yeah.
I wanted to be cool.
Okay, so we got to worry about our kids doing that now. That's terrible. So look, we got a story to tell them now. Look, guys, don't be fake gay because your mama once got on Facebook and tried to be fake gay to be cool.
To be cool.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah.
Baby, that's so bad.
I'm relatable.
I'm relatable.
You say what?
I'm relatable.
You're relatable. You're gullible.
No, Ryan, she's telling you what, I don't even know do you know what gullible means? No, okay. She was trying to be relatable, not gullible. Gypsy is very astute to understand what society likes and what's going on social media. And she knew whenever she posted this, and it was prior to 2022, that she had come out as bi or something. And she knew she wasn't. And she did it to seem cool and to seem relatable and to gain fans, to gain followers, because that's what this is always about with her. Always. Whatever she's got to do to seem relatable and to gain followers on social media.
No, not really. Not really, but it's just funny. I always gave you shit about that post. I still can't believe you did that.
Yeah, we were dating then.
Say what?
Yeah, because we were dating then. We were together.
Were we, or we were still talking? No, we were talking.
No, because I was, when I did that, I got posted, I was in quarantine for my birthday.
Oh my God. That's right, because I remember you telling me that. Like, oh yeah, baby, I posted something, I just did it just to fit in.
I did it just to fit in. Okay. All right. I think we've heard enough of this, right? I'm just bringing you the most important clips here. Let me get the next one. Don't go anywhere. And then we're going to switch gears here. I'm telling you, there is some explosive stuff you're not going to want to miss. All right, guys, this next clip is also on the fake gay. They're going to be talking about fake gay again. Gypsy's going to be laughing, but she's going to give some insight into her own prison relationships again. She's going to out herself for lying about stuff about being gay in prison. So here we go.
And live with some people that have husbands or boyfriends or males as their significant other. Hearing about the gay bullshit, whenever people are gay, it's annoying because they're fake gay. There's nothing if you're really gay, but you're fake gay. You're gay because you're in prison and around women, and you need that comfort of having somebody close to you. And it's
Fake gay. Well,
fake gay.
I did know. Well, I know an example. I did know this girl once who like put on Facebook like that she was bisexual because she wanted to be part of the LGBTQ movement.
He's talking about her. He's talking about her. He's joking her, right? He's ribbing her. That's why she's laughing.
So I do know about that. So this is for the record. I can relate to the fake gay.
Okay. You say.
You opened yourself up for that one.
But I've never had a girlfriend in here. I never did the girlfriend thing. The only time
Never had a girlfriend in here and never did the girlfriend thing. Okay. I guess she doesn't count because she talks about having these, excuse me, I having to talk about these sexual experiences with women in prison, right? And she used that to say, she's so open. She's so, what's the word? She's nothing against gay people, like, because even herself, she had to explore her own sexuality. When the truth is, she knew she was never gay, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being gay or not being gay or whatever. The point is, she lied to everyone. Because why? Because she wanted to seem relatable. She wanted to target that LGBTQ community so that they could say, oh, Gypsy Rose is cool. She may have murdered her mom, but she was an abuse victim. And look, she's even bi, like she was bi curious. I mean, look, she's kind of cool, right? Exactly why she did it. I'm exposing her motives. Motives we've already known that she's had, but now it's in her own words. And so we can confirm the things that we suspected for a couple of years now are true about her.
I even said that is because of the girl that I met on OkCupid, and she came to visit me here. Her name's Angel. I think she's actually transgender.
Then she talks about this person, because the audio is so bad, I'm not going to go through it, about someone she met on OkCupid who was like a person of the transgender, I think. She met on OkCupid, this person named Angel. This is what she's talking about here, that came to visit her.
I don't even think that she was a chick. It was a guy that had surgery.
It was a guy that had surgery.
And transformed into a girl.
Came to visit you?
Yeah, she came to visit me way before, long before I met you.
No. No. When was that?
That was in 2018. That was in January of 2018. In the long.
Okay, so it was before you even met me.
Yeah, I was with Ken at the time, and the thing is, had I not been with
I was with Ken at the time.
Ken, I probably would have been okay, let's see where things go. Because I liked her. I thought, she looked, she had blue eyes and black hair, and the majority of my type that I go to is blue eyes. I'm very attracted to blue and green eyes, and light skin and dark hair.
Well, good thing I got all those.
you got beautiful eyes.
Okay, then they just talk about his looks and it goes on and on. But so there it is again. Ryan confirming in the beginning of this call that Gypsy had made this fake post to fake out the LGBTQ community. So we've got that. We have got that now, right? And that no, she didn't have any girlfriends in prison. She says that. Okay. We've got more explosive stuff. We haven't done a lot of Ken, but I found something of Ken that is pretty explosive. Why don't we listen to that next? Hold on. You're not going to want to miss it. Okay. In this one, they're going to be playing different characters. You'll get it. You'll catch on really quick. I don't really need to say any more than that. This is Gypsy and Ken, January 30th, 2019.
Yes. Hi.
So this is Ken kind of pretending to be a woman.
So Ken's a little busy right now, actually. He's soaking it up in the tub, waiting for me to come join him. But I'll tell you called. What's your name?
Gypsy?
Gypsy. Oh, that's right. Tell me about you. Oh. Yeah, I'll definitely tell him that you called. Just so you know, bitch, he's mine tonight. He might be yours tomorrow and the rest of his life, but tonight he's all mine.
Okay, well, how about Tyrone? Is Tyrone Nasty McDiggum still there?
Yeah, I'm right here. What's up?
Hey, Dave. So, you know what?
What's up, white chocolate?
Hey, I was actually thinking, thinking about leaving Ken, and I was thinking if you want to be my sugar daddy.
I'll do anything to swirl up my dark chocolate with that sweet vanilla. Believe me, I've been thinking about you all night. And let me just tell you something here. Ken can't quite, get the job done like I can. Okay, so don't you even worry about it, girl. I'm gonna take real good care of you.
Okay, it's a date then.
Mm-hmm. You want me to? Oh shit! Here we go. Oh, hello? What the fuck is going on in here?
Hi, honey.
You were thinking about leaving me for Tyrone?
Tyrone just he has that big shiny black cock that I love so much.
Oh God! It definitely is extra shiny. I've seen it.
You've seen it.
Yeah, a couple times. I brush my teeth in that shit because it's a better reflection than my mirror.
Oh my God.
I ain't using a toothbrush, by the way, to brush my teeth.
You stick. You stupid.
You better not leave me.
I'm just so into Tyrone now. I love.
Yeah, well, you know what? I was thinking about this other girl named Emily. She's like this really, really
Okay, he talks about this girl that he, it's sexual. I'm going to fast forward because then he's going to pretend that he's quote unquote a Chinese vampire, and some things come out, some things he says. People may take offense to it, so a lot of this does have trigger warning. This has to do with Asian people, so let me find it.
all of your personalities, just no vampires.
Actually, oh God, I do have a vampire side of me, and his name is Wu Lao. He's a Chinese vampire.
Oh fuck no!
He comes all the way from China. He comes all the way from China.
I don't do Chinese guys, not at all. Mm-mm.
No, you don't rock a Chinese people.
No.
You're racist. I fuck you with my little 3-inch dick. Don't like?
No.
This is insanely racist, and I can't do this anymore.
Two races that I will never fuck, which is black and Asian. Blasian.
Really?
I will never fuck Blasian people.
It was interesting. I want to back up there. Well, I won't back up. I think Ken said, I can't keep doing this. This is so racist. He's mocking Chinese men. He's mocking the size of their, penis, basically. And it's interesting, right? Because what I found is that, and what I suspected is that Gypsy did not go full on racist with Ken, although you can say what he's doing here can be interpreted as being a little racist, right? The way he's mocking the Chinese, right?
Asian?
Yeah.
What about an Indian guy? Would you fuck an Indian guy?
Like Indian from India?
Don't talk to me like that.
Ken's always going to do a fake Indian guy now. The kid's like Indian from India. No, where else would an Indian person? Of course, unless she thinks it's Native American, right? I mean, that's why Ken kind of did a little scoff there because I think he realizes sometimes Gypsy's just not all bear.
like from India, like that, like that
Hi.
Indian.
Bye. What?
Not Native American Indian, you fucker.
I'll do both.
Mm.
Listen, I want to.
So there's that. So Ken, little inappropriate, little mocking of the Chinese becoming a Chinese vampire, mocking in the beginning, and Gypsy confirming there's no way that she would have sex with a black man or an Asian man. Those are off the table for her, as we already knew from calls that she had with Ryan. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We've got more. We've got more of these crazy calls. Hang in there. This one comes with a huge trigger warning. I already posted this a couple days ago over on TikTok, but I did want to include it in a video because it is so salacious. It is so racist. It is so horrendous. Of course, it's going to be between Gypsy and Ryan Anderson.
Probably my sister will have kids, and
Oh no, with their little mixed babies. Oh no.
It's talking about her sister, Mia.
Oh no, with our little mixed babies.
yeah.
Baby. What'd you call them, little niggas? I didn't call them that.
What did you call them? And the word was piglets with an N. Replace the P with an N is what she said. He said, and she said, confirmed. Yep, that's what I called them.
I sure didn't want to call them that. That's you,
That's me.
you little racist wifey. What a little nigglets. God, I hope they're girls, because I will say this about mixed children. Girls have it easier.
Children. You say it like that?
What?
You say children?
I said mixed children.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounded like you said it the other way.
Mixed chitlins. No. Mixed childrens. No. Mixed kids are better. They have a better upbringing if they're female because they look prettier.
Yeah.
And you know, they can be in either race, the white or the black. Mixed boys are only strictly black, considered black.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily fair, but mixed girls are treated better. Look at Beyonce.
Yeah.
Beyonce is not mixed.
You know what I mean? Like their hair might be good, you know, but mixed boys are considered black.
Yeah. I think
But
tones, broke the mold for mixed people, so I think a lot of people don't mind anymore.
well, you're absolutely right. I don't mind, baby. You know, I'm just playing. I would treat my nieces and nephews with the utmost respect.
I know.
I wouldn't say, come here, you
Like
little
your
nigga, baby. I wouldn't say, come here, you little nigga, baby. Come here, give me a kissy. I wouldn't dare. I'm not like my brother.
She laughs at that degree of racism. It's just mind-boggling to me.
You know, baby, the more I hang out with my brother, the more I realize how much of a terrible human being he is.
And then he says his brother's a terrible human being. I mean, his brother's more racist than him. That's the end of this clip, which I just left me to pause to say, if that's true, what's going on in that family, right? What is happening? All right, guys, don't go anywhere. Like I promised, we're going to get into some really, really revealing stuff about Melissa Moore's relationship with Gypsy that I never knew about. So hold on. Let me get the next clip. Guys, before I get to the Melissa Moore stuff, there's one more clip about Gypsy and Ryan that makes my stomach turn, that makes me want to vomit. It has to do with Ryan and Gypsy talking on the phone sexually, and Ryan is sharing a room with his nephew, Noah. Ryan confirms it here in this call.
Snuggled up. Even Noah said something fucking this morning to my mom on the way to school. Said, I'm not going to be in Uncle Ryan's room when he talks to Gypsy anymore because all I heard was He told my mom.
Gypsy laughs. Okay. So instead of saying what, because number one, Gypsy knows they share a room. She knows when they do those things, and we're talking full on phone sex, that that boy's in that room. And I think he was about 13 at the time. And she's laughing here even about it.
That. He said all they do is and go
What?
So good.
yeah. So Noah laughed at me last night. He was like, when we got the phone, he said, "What the hell was ow wow 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 wow?" And I said, "Well, no, that's us snuggling and loving on each other." And he's like, "Okay." That's all he could say, babe. That's all he could say. Was, okay. You know, he told my mom this morning that like.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
He told my mom this morning, like I said, just said all Ryan does is go.
That's funny.
I miss you, sweetie.
I miss you too. I'm laying in my bed right now.
Yeah, you wanted to have phone sex again, didn't you?
Again.
Are you disappointed that I'm tired?
Maybe.
That's why you were like, "Can you hear the sucking sound?" You were trying to get me hard.
Oh.
I know, because you were like, "Oh, can you hear it?"
I know. I was crying.
Oh, baby, you gotta realize I came so much earlier, and I didn't sleep well last night.
No.
I just want to snuggle with you right now.
Oh.
Now later I want some phone sex if you're still horny.
Okay.
Okay. How was that? Was that pussy wet earlier?
Okay, that's it. I can't do any more of it. I mean, you guys can find these calls all over the place, the total inappropriateness of them. But I thought I would touch on that one with the nephew, that there is no doubt Gypsy knew what she was doing, realized that that boy was in the room. Let me get the next clip. Don't go anywhere. All right, this is between Gypsy and Melissa Moore, the daughter of the Happy Face killer, the woman who befriended her in prison to make herself rich, to take herself to the next level. Melissa Moore, and we've got a whole video on her. You can find it in our deep dive category on our channel. This is Melissa Moore. Her background was she wanted to become like a makeup person, kind of like Gypsy. They have a lot of the same characteristics. This is Melissa Moore. She goes, "This is what beauty school looked like for me in 1997. A floral bedspread, a well-worn Cosmo, and a dream. Couldn't afford the makeup counter, but I had the library card and determination. I'd check out every fashion magazine I could get my hands on and study it like it was a final exam and lipstick application. I was absolutely obsessed with the artistry, the colors, the confidence, and the swipe of red could change your whole mood." Okay. Melissa Moore had no background in television. She had no background in journalism, as I've said in prior videos. But she saw Gypsy as her meal ticket. No, her meal ticket to millions, basically. You see her lifestyle, and I'm going to touch on it in a minute after we listen to a few of these calls. Melissa has done very, very well for herself. And these calls are explosive in that you hear her grooming Gypsy to become just like her, to take advantage of murders. Melissa took advantage of her father being a happy face killer, one of the most notorious serial killers and rapists over the last 30 years. She took advantage of that. She got in with Dr. Oz, with Dr. Phil first and Oprah, then catapulted that into a little gig with Dr. Oz, got in with Dr. Oz, and then it led to Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And after that, Melissa Moore became known as an executive producer, just like that. Let's take a listen to this call. It's going to probably anger a lot of you. I know it angered me.
I'm feeling good.
This is June of 2023. So Gypsy has about 6 months left in her prison sentence, and they are well into doing the memoir, the ebook, and the Lifetime series. Melissa has turned Gypsy into a cash cow, and Gypsy has glommed onto Melissa also to get all these things, right?
I wish I could send you pictures of how pretty my boobs are.
Yeah, you heard that right. Melissa is very excited to tell Gypsy how she got her boobs done.
I have the best tits.
I have the best tits.
I stare at them
Awesome.
and I tell my husband, I'm like, look at these beauties. I've never had this great of tits. Like, they are perky.
Aw.
They are perfect. Worth every penny.
Good.
Worth every penny. I mean, I'm a little bruised. He did
Thanks to Dee Dee. Thanks to Dee Dee Blanchard.
liposuction in my armpit and on my
Oh.
bra strap area.
Mhm.
And made it even look better. Like, I don't even know what to say. So, Gypsy, when you get out and you want to get your plastic surgery, I'm going to be your plastic surgery buddy.
Okay. Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Or
did you
you
have
then.
did you have did you have implants before and then you got
No.
smaller ones, or
No.
you just it was just natural?
No implants. I just had natural boobs, and I wanted to have perky boobs. And so what they did is they did a breast lift and a slight reduction. They took some of the breast tissue and they put it up, so it actually looks like I have breast implants.
Okay.
I know. I kind of want to tell Chrissy and send Chrissy pictures so she can verify that yes, my kids are awesome.
Well,
Well,
she
now
had
I
she had
also-
implants in I think over 10 years ago though.
So she wanted to send the pictures to Christy.
Wait, she had her boobs done?
Yeah, she had her boobs done a while back, and so she's got implants.
Okay. Oh, I had no idea. Yeah, what I love is that it opens a whole nother world for me. I never wore strapless things. I've never worn like little tiny straps because I need like really big bra straps. Like I need heavy duty bras, and now I can just go braless. It's really cool. It's really cool.
Well,
Anyway,
it's funny. I
how
have a
was
funny
it?
story. I have a funny story about your boobs. So, like, I guess I told Ryan about it, and I'm like, I have never told her this because I'm like, I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable or anything. And but like, I'm not gay or anything. But remember the first time you came to visit me?
Yeah.
Like August, and you had like on this top that showed a lot of cleavage. And throughout the visit, I'm like, don't stare at her boobs. Don't stare at her boobs. I'm like, I'm not staring at her boobs.
I just have big boobs. I had like heavy D's. Yeah, sorry. No, I'm not gay. I appreciate other women's bodies and I stare and I'm like, like, what do I want for myself?
Right?
Like I want that. I want, so totally get it. How's everything going? What's been going on?
Not too much. Things are pretty calm. I've just been, doing my day-to-day stuff. I think I sent you an email because I think it was right before or right after or during you went to have surgery. That whole thing with that guy was going on.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
There's been a couple of articles about it.
Okay, I'm not gonna play the rest. Gypsy goes into how she was so like pretends to be upset that some guy on some other reality show was like hitting on her like through social media, like she believed trying to use her name to get clout, and Gypsy's like, I just don't know what I'm gonna do, and blah. Let me fast forward a little bit and see what Melissa says about this. It kind of
Your email.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, like I stopped responding to him. I'm like, I said what I had to say, And he like there was he got on my visiting list and I removed him. I blacklisted him. But he said he kept on lying to people, being like, I'm going to visit her and blah, blah, blah. So Vicky had talked to one of her friends that has a YouTube channel and basically put out a statement that said, like, we support Gypsy and we are not going to tolerate this man trying to take advantage of her. And, because this guy lied afterwards and was like, well, I was open to a relationship with her, but I was just wanting to give her legal advice so we could get her out of
Oh my God.
And so Vicky was like, she doesn't need a lawyer. She has a lawyer. She doesn't need a man because she has a man. She's happily married and he needs to leave her alone. Gypsy's starting to get scared. Because it's true. I started to get scared because I'm like,
well, I would say
scared
you
of
could
what?
probably get a restraining order against him and you could prevent him from like disparity.
These people put themselves out on social media, right? Do all this, and then when they get like a little bit of crazy, and this guy was actually on some other reality show, so it wasn't like, what was he gonna do? I'm going to get a restraining order against him. Give me a break. All right, guys, I'm going to take that one down. That one was more of a warm up because we're going to really get into some just things with Melissa. I showed you some pictures of her. I showed you guys that one. I showed you that other one. And yeah, we've got her and Gypsy here at the premiere. This is the lifetime premiere. You can see Gypsy see her and like, oh, Melissa, you know, and you're gonna hear this next call, and you're just gonna you're gonna know what Melissa is all about. Besides the fakeness, you know, this is all about money. You know, it's all about money. It's not about being an advocate or trying to bring Gypsy's story to the white. No, 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 no. Because Melissa knew, trust me, she talked to her enough where she knew the truth about Gypsy, but she didn't care. Her and Michelle, the ghostwriter, didn't care. They helped craft that whole fake narrative, like I went over on my live, because they just wanted to make themselves some money, right? All right, guys, let me get the next clip. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get into some Son of Sam laws and other things. Now, this one's very interesting. In the beginning of this clip, you're going to hear Melissa talking about when you have kids, you're going to want to la da 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 about you're not going to want to talk about this anymore. You're going to want to protect your kids. You're going to hear Melissa try to give a little bit of sound advice, but then it switches up with Melissa saying something that just floored me about how she still makes money off her father's crime. She makes money. Does she give that money to the victims? No, she does not. And how she makes money off her father's crime floored me. Let me get this clip. Here it is. You guys need to hear this. They're just two peas in a pod.
But then you're going to have like 10 years from now, you're going to have kids. You're going to have a whole nother world.
10 years. It's 2023. Little did Melissa Moore a year later, like Gypsy was hell bent. There is some weird stuff about Gypsy in these prison phone calls having to do with her menstrual cycle, how Ryan was tracking it, and other really disgusting stuff that I heard today that I really will have to wait for a live stream for me to go over that. It is because I want to do more research on it. Some of the things Gypsy, I don't know what it is, but okay. Off topic. Here we go.
World. And at some point when you have children, you're going to be
like, I didn't want to bring this up.
you know what?
Before,
Let's talk about it. You're not the same person. You're not going to be the same person. And then you're going to be thinking about your children. The children are going to hear. You don't want to, it's so different. Like for my kids, you know, it has to really mean something for me to do something because they already know the story, and your kids will, in the future will know the story as you come to tell it to them. And you'll decide when you want your kids to read your book. I told my kids they could read my book when they turned 16, and they wanted to, but I just didn't want them to know about the abuse I went through because I didn't want to break their hearts, you know, knowing that their mom went through the things that she did. So I want to protect them from knowing some very painful parts of my history. Mm-hmm. But until they were like 16 and they could ask me, you know, questions. But I don't know if you're gonna be like me, but I got done. I just got done, and people invite me to do documentaries. You know what I do? I license my photos. I sell them for $10,000 a bundle.
Oh,
holy crap!
Yeah. So.
Oh. Isn't that special? Isn't that special? And I'm thinking, well, maybe, okay, let me see. Maybe she does take some of this money and give it to the victims of her father, right? Obviously, she's made millions off the crimes of her father. Has she ever done anything for these people? No, we're going to hear it here.
So, like, a doc is coming out with Mark Wahlberg. He does Scary People or something.
Oh,
and so
okay.
they invited me to do the doc. I was like, now that I'll give you my photos to use for $10,000. I'm like, okay. So I just did a free windfall of $10,000.
A free windfall. I just did a free windfall. So I can go get my boobs done. I can go to Italy. She bought a house in Italy too, and bought a cottage on the beach. You got to go see her Instagram.
And here and there for selling my photos. Now you can sell yours for more because you have things that will have only been seen in this documentary. But
great advice, Melissa. Yeah, tell the mommy murderer, you know what? Keep making that money off your mom. Keep doing it.
I mean, I can teach you how to catalog them, and so
Oh.
you can just sell them if you don't want to tell your story.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But Gypsy's like, but I love being in the limelight, Melissa. Don't you know I love it? But yeah, this would be good too. I can Gypsy's the gears going in her mind, right? Wow, I could sell my pictures for like $10,000.
Yeah.
Because I definitely,
Or what, like Melissa said, more. She could sell it for way more than Melissa gets.
I'm tired, and like you said, it's emotionally taxing, and I bring it all up with the intention of just having people have a better understanding of my story, me as a person, my mom, my family, because it's like I'm having to kind of combat rumor and speculation online because, some people are, Francesca spreads the rhetoric that I'm not doing anything to better myself in prison. And then there's other crazy obsessed people about my case that said that I participated in the murder with Nick, that I was actually, not in the bathroom. I was in her bedroom stabbing her as well because there was some shallow stab wounds. And so people have twisted things around so much.
Yeah.
And
And people will always have, their opinions. They'll always have their opinions. But I think it's very honorable and good of you to set the record straight. But at some point,
right.
Honorable. When I think of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, one word I never think about to go with Gypsy is honorable. I mean,
that's enough. Like, all right, I said what I need to say, and now here it is.
Right. And it's
You know,
done.
Care to know my answer? It's in my book or the documentary.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Have you had any more conversations with anybody from the network?
No, we have a monthly meeting at the top of every month, the first Monday of every month.
all right, there's more in this clip, but let me get to it. I don't want you guys to have to listen to stuff that really isn't important. Hold on. All right, guys, here's Melissa gonna get Gypsy for her new job because we're just gonna keep cashing in and keep cashing in and keep cashing in. Here we go.
So
Okay,
that would be like
so
2030.
So maybe you do your series, do your follow-up series, and just know that that's something you can do in the future. Like, put that on your vision for your future.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That you'll come back and interview women.
Okay.
Well, and I keep thinking about that girl that you told me about that is in prison, your friend, and that people are vying to try to get her out.
Right.
I really think, Gypsy, so like when you get out, you're going to have your follow-up doc. I'm pretty confident you're going to get it, by the way, because Nicole wants it for you.
Yeah.
Nicole wants it.
The follow-up doc, it's not a doc, it's the Lifetime series. So what she's saying is she's very confident they're going to do another season of it. Okay.
Nobody's saying, if. They're just kind of like, it's like blooming, like, when are we going to get the word?
Right.
So the attitude, the attitude isn't like, is this going to happen? It's just more like, when will we know it's going to happen? And so
So at this point, because there's no backlash yet, right? This is in May of 2023. So Gypsy's got like 7 months before she gets out. And so Melissa is under this delusion that Gypsy will be hailed a hero and she'll be hailed the victim. And Melissa isn't envisioning project after project where Gypsy is cha-ching the cash signs on Gypsy, right? Well, we're going to do this follow-up series, right? And they did get another season, but after that, the backlash was too much and they cancel the series. Then there's the thing about the podcast, which developed right here, right while Gypsy was in prison. And you're going to hear Melissa talk about it now.
it's an optimistic sign. But then, something that you could think about for the future is doing hosting your own show and traveling and meeting with inmates and being the host of a show.
I haven't even thought about that because there's some people in here that, they might not be innocent, but they have similar stories or, stories that they landed here by domestic violence and they lost their husband because that was the only way, to get out of that situation. And I feel for them. You know, I really, really feel
I love how she tries to lump herself in with people that have murdered their partner or spouse due to domestic violence.
for them. And I feel like the justice system is so screwed up. It's so unfair.
Oh my God. Coming from the woman who got that sweet plea deal. The justice system is so screwed up. Yeah, we think so too. But coming from you, that's a little rich, don't you think? It's a little rich how it was screwed up in your favor.
So one thing that I would develop with you when you're ready is your own show where you go back to prison and interview these women and help them tell their stories, like what we did. You get to do that.
That makes sense. I wonder, I would have to find out a little bit about prison policy, because I know that for prison policy, the prison says a former inmate can come back to visit an inmate after 5 years from being like off of parole. So that would be like 2030.
So maybe you do your series, you know, do your follow-up series, and just know that that's something you can do in the future. Like put that on your vision for your future.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That you'll come back and interview women.
That makes sense.
Because I think you'd be really good at it. You'd be great at it.
Oh my God. Is Melinda?
And as you do your own series outside, you know, outside of prison.
Why do you guys think it hasn't happened yet? Why do you guys think it hasn't happened yet? I went to Melissa's Instagram. She has nothing, not one picture with Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Not one. Nope. She has ghosted Gypsy over on her Instagram. I think Gypsy is a toxic commodity. I think some people did try to offer to get Gypsy off the ground with a podcast. You remember she talked about working with a team. I think there were some people, yes, in this industry, that in the entertainment industry, that believed, you know, that, well, she did do that, you know, that Lifetime series. She's had successful documentaries. You know, she is a commodity. And I think they got into it and found out there isn't an advertiser that wants to touch her with a 10-foot pole. Excuse the pun. If you know, you know.
Then you'll really get better and better with understanding how TV works, like I did. And no, it's a
Gypsy,
practice.
so get in. You're going to understand. You're going to get better at understanding how TV works, like I did. Yeah, because like I said, Melissa Moore has not. She lucked into this position, used her father as a serial killer to get in with Dr. Phil and Oprah, and the rest is history.
It's like not saying you're bad at it in any way, just saying like you'll understand how this business operates. Like you already have more of understanding than you ever had, probably, and you'll be able to lead a lot of other women to telling their stories, and I think it'll be great.
I think so.
And I want to help you do that.
Oh, I'm sure you do, Melissa. I'm sure you did. I don't think you take her calls anymore, do you, Melissa? Gypsy? I don't think Melissa's picking up when you call.
Absolutely see a future of you doing that, hosting your own series.
I can see that too. I think I would need to come out of my shell a little bit more.
Well, to totally help you. You'll easily come out of your shell. You will. If you give yourself a little bit of time, you're going to come out of your shell.
I forgot to tell you. So Ryan is coming to visit me, not this weekend, but next. We couldn't take it anymore. We couldn't take the separation anymore. And I said, no, if you have the funds, I'm not going to say no to you coming to see me. And so he's like, he ran some numbers, and so we have it in the budget to come.
I'm fast forwarding a little bit.
So I'm very excited.
Good. I am graduation gift. So we're leaving Thursday. Will be kind of like a.
So she talks about Melissa's jet setting all over the place all the time. She talks about she's going on this Mexican vacation because her son is graduating from high school or something, blah, 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 blah. But then some very interesting things come up towards the end of this call that I don't want you guys to miss. Let me find it.
Very period of
Well,
time.
if you,
Yeah.
it was really good, but it sounds so easy to just, cover a chapter, but within that,
I know.
it's just so much detail.
our thoughts are for what you want for each chapter. And so yeah, so I could do that. But
You're just a busy woman.
oh my God, I didn't tell you this. I bought a house too. I bought a house for my daughter.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, because she was looking to get a place to live, and the rent is so expensive.
Thanks, Gypsy. Thanks, Dee Dee.
I said, let's just buy you a house. So I talked to my
Right.
husband, and we have like what's called a HELOC. So our house is worth, because we did all that remodeling. So we bought our
And Melissa's not a bragger. No.
house for $500,000. Our house is worth $1 million now.
Holy crap.
I know. So we could go to the bank and pull out some of the equity to buy a house.
Oh,
So we're using our house like a bank and pulling the money out to buy our house, and it's $250,000. And then get roommates, and I'll be able to cover the mortgage with roommates.
okay.
So
Fine.
when you want to buy a house, I'll help you do it.
Please do, because I'm definitely not savvy in that way. And I also wanted to bring this up to you. I don't know if you're going to have plans by then. It's still, like 2 years out. But Ryan saw that the New Orleans is going to be hosting a Super Bowl in 2025, and I want to go.
And this is 2023, okay? Because Gypsy's a planner, and we need to plan ahead.
I already told him, I'm like, even if it's from my trust fund money, if it's from my book money, I don't care. I want to go. And so if you guys want to join us, we plan on going. Like, I am like dead set on saying, like, I want to go.
I think Melissa Moore wants to join Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Ryan Anderson at the Super Bowl. I mean, of course, this didn't happen. But do you really think she won't? No, of course not. Oh, yeah, sure. I'd love to. And then Melissa's going to like butter Gypsy up here with offering something herself.
Because it's being hosted in New Orleans, and I want to go to a Super Bowl.
Totally want to do that. And then also,
I totally want to do that.
so my plans are after we fix up this house. So we should be getting the house for my daughter on like the 16th of June. And then we're going to start remodeling it for her. And then this fall, we're going to buy a beach home. That's our goal. And I would love to host you and Ryan at my cottage when I get it.
That'd be awesome.
So
At my beach cottage. By the way, I'm going to have a beach cottage. Thank you, Dee Dee.
well, and I was even thinking like if I have to buy it first. But when I buy it, like to fly you here to Portland, I can drive you to my house. You can see my house. So I could drive you guys to the coast, the Oregon coast, to stay at my house, of course, the beach house. And
Lovely. I've never been to a beach house.
oh, you'll love it. It's so much fun. And there's like little restaurants and like there's saltwater, taffy, yummy. It's super fun. And then my dream is to have bikes, so you could just get on a bike and ride. Do you know how to ride a bike, actually?
I do not.
Oh my gosh.
Melissa goes, I just had a thought for when we do the series. If you know about the series, there is a part where Rod is trying to teach Gypsy to ride a bike. So you can see Melissa. Oh, well, this is going to be a great part for the
Oh my
for the
god.
reality
I
series.
need to put that.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I'll get you a small bike with training wheels. Oh my gosh. You totally
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be super fun. You got to come to my beach cottage. It's going to be great. We're going to have bikes, saltwater taffy. It's totally fun. I can't any more with her. Goodbye, Melissa. Goodbye. Oh my God. All right, guys. Let me just show you something right here. Yeah, we're just going to do this real quick, because I know you guys want to see it. Here we go. Yeah, here's her Instagram. Here she is. They're in Italy. They bought a house in Italy. They also bought a house in Italy. I mean, maybe her husband's super rich. I don't know. But you got to know some of this money came from her working on the book, the ebook, the memoir, and 2 or 3 seasons, right? Prison. There's 3 seasons actually with Gypsy that Melissa was the executive producer on, but here's her Instagram. And there is nothing. There's just a lot of pictures of her in Europe, her her, modeling, doing these kind of things like Gypsy likes to do now, right? These kind of pictures, you know. But nothing on, I guess this is after her boob jobs. They're more perky. They're not D's anymore. I mean, shallow, shallow effing individuals. That's all I got to say. Disgusting individuals. In fact, Melissa has a new book coming out. And what is it about? She got in good with families who had somebody murdered in them, right? Like they're the victims, right? Like somebody in their family was murdered by a notorious killer and she befriended them, kind of like she did Gypsy, because that's her MO. That's her MO. And now she's coming out with a new book. So that was like her last like post on this Instagram. Yeah, I stopped sharing it. But anyways, her last post was like, my new book's coming out. And then she took, what did she do? Because this new book's coming out, she did glamour shots, just like Gypsy did. And that's when I went to Gypsy's Instagram and then I went to Melissa's Instagram and I'm like, they're doing the same thing. They're doing these glamour shots. It's all about them, right? And it's all about how do they look and plastic surgery and I'll be your plastic surgery. I forever will be your plastic surgery buddy when you get out, Gypsy. Oh, I mean, I can't. All right, guys, I got a couple more to finish out this video. I can't do any more Melissa because I can't stand the woman. I really, really can't stand the woman. We got some really questionable, 2 other prison calls. They're trigger warnings and they're cringe warnings. Hang in there. Let me get them for you guys. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. All right, guys, considering that Gypsy murdered her mother, this next clip is very concerning, and I will explain why. Let's go ahead and take a listen to this.
It's like I gave over before again. I put lava just to watch him go, setting shit on fire.
So Gypsy's saying that she had like a pyro period where she would like to set things on fire, watch things burn.
So whenever it came to that lava world, like that lava painting world.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Okay, so I would purposely jump into the lava just to watch him go,
She's talking about a Nintendo 64 game, but then she's going to talk about burning her Barbies. Yes, setting her Barbies on fire.
It's awful. Purpose to kill Mario.
I
Just
know,
to see
like,
it fire. I never had a power base like that. Pyro base does that. But
yeah.
I did.
Ryan said, I never had a pyro phase. Well, that's good because it's not good to have one as a kid.
dig that you did. I dig that you did.
I dig that you
it didn't
did.
stop there. It didn't stop as a Mario game. I actually had a few incidences where I set a couple of Barbie dolls on fire. And I hid their bodies underneath the couch cushion.
Okay. So I was interested in that. It doesn't mean that, but see, kids can't be diagnosed as antisocial personality disorder as kids, okay? But they can be diagnosed with conduct disorder. And I'm not saying this means that she had a conduct disorder, but knowing that she grew up to murder her mother and that I believe that she does have antisocial personality disorder, it's my humble opinion. This finding out that she was burning her Barbies and hiding the bodies, liking to watch this person in this game jump into this lava and burn. I haven't heard her do anything with pets yet, but it could be out there, right? That's another part of this. But I did look this up, and bullying, threatening, or intimidating other children. There are rumors that she did that. Physical fighting, hitting, or being cruel to people. She definitely has done that, been cruel. We haven't heard about the animal yet. But vandalism, intentionally destroying property, deliberately setting fires. Okay. These are certain like warning red flags that people that develop antisocial personality disorder. Okay. So I thought that was very interesting when I heard her say that she set her Barbies on fire, watched their bodies burn, and then hid them under a cushion. Now, this next part, trigger warning on this next part too. I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but I thought because I'm going to be getting into her fascination with her menstrual cycle. She has a real fascination with it. And so I thought that I would play this clip because it's part of this clip that we just heard. So it's just a continuation of this clip. So I thought I'd go ahead and bring this part up. Hold on just a minute. Okay, this is just a couple minutes after that part we just listened to.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious, like, what it'll be like when you're not in jail. Like, what it'll be like. I'm excited. I'm curious,
Well, I
I'm
think
just hoping.
you're gonna figure out that I'm clumsy and awkward. A lot of ways.
Yeah, but I'm gonna dig that too. I'm gonna dig that too.
And
So,
you're gonna figure out that I'm very mushy. I'm very affectionate. So get ready for a
babe,
lot of that.
Well, you gotta realize I love kissing. I love hugging, and especially kissing you. You're fucking amazing. I think about it all.
I think about a lot of things with you.
So this is in August of 2020. So this is their relationship is relatively new. They their first letter was in April, into April 2020, and this is August of 2020. Just to give you, they're not, I don't know if I think they're like committed in a committed relationship at this point, but it's still relatively new.
This call is from the correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
Lots and lots of things.
I did love that email where you're like, I might have to go take a shower after our conversation.
Yeah, that was a nice shower.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, I am a sexual dynamo, and you will find out.
Oh, I can't wait.
I am a sexual dynamo. We hear Ryan say that a lot, and he wrote that a lot in prison emails.
Can't wait to find out what you're all about. I can't wait to see all your kills. You better bring your A game.
You better bring your A game is something she told Nick the night of the murder, by the way. I thought I would just point that out as a side note.
That's the only game I got.
I can't wait. Okay, so I've got one thing to tell you, but it's kind of awkward.
Here it comes, kind of awkward. Got something to tell you.
Okay.
Okay, so how do you feel about fucking me in the shower when I'm on my period?
How do you feel about doing it to me in the shower while I'm on my period?
I'm all for it. Whatever.
I'm all for it?
Okay, because
yeah.
I've been warning you, I get so horny midway on my period. But it's I don't want to deal with the mess.
I get so horny midway on my period. I just don't want to deal with the mess.
So I'm in the shower.
Well, babe, we can lay towels down. I don't care. I'll fuck you anyway. I can.
That's hot.
Yeah, I have no problem with doing that. Some people don't like doing that, with girls on their period, but I know that you would get extremely horny because I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Girls, I'd be down for it.
Okay. I'm not saying that is just earth shattering, okay? But the other things that I've heard about her menstrual cycle is just there's some obsession with it. There's a sexual component to it with her also, obviously. There's some other things she said about it. I'm holding it back now. These other clips for my live stream that will be coming up in a couple of days. So I don't want to give too much away about it because it's very disturbing. It's very, very disturbing. Okay, and that was pretty gross. That's just me, that's just me. I am one more video I do not want you guys to miss. It is also something that is extremely sexually inappropriate, way more sexually inappropriate than having shower when you're on your period and she wants him to do it to her in the shower. It's way more inappropriate than that. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. All right, guys, here's the next one. Ultimate cringe, trigger warning about Gypsy sexual stuff.
Oh.
Okay, there I have tasted.
Okay, they're playing a game. The game is they make two statements. One of the statements is true and one of the statements is false. She's playing this with Ryan Anderson. It is December 2022. Okay, and so one statement is true, one statement is false, and you have to guess which one's true and which one's false. You guys get it.
I have tasted my period blood, and when I was about 5 years old, and my mother and I were sleeping in the same bed together, I may have humped her leg.
I think you tasted period blood.
No.
Damn it. You humped your mom's leg. Damn it. That was good.
I heard somewhere else, and I haven't heard the call yet, that she admitted to doing the same thing to some kind of a stuffed animal. When she was very, very young too. I don't know what this fixation is on saying these stories about humping things when she's a child, when she's a very young child. I don't know what this is about. I don't know why she's divulging it. I find it quite telling. I wanna say that her microdeletion, her chromosome disorder, we don't know a whole lot about it because there's not a lot of people, number one, diagnosed with it. It was only discovered in 2008. There are some people, this is not actually officially in the literature that I have found, but it could be because I've heard this going around that, part of it could be hypersexuality could come from it, but just working in psych, the number of years that I worked in psych, I can tell you that things to do with sexuality are to do with deviant sexuality. A lot of it, there there can be the nature versus nurture element to it, right? So I don't want to say that I'm not trying to like overreact to this statement of her divulging that she humped her mother's leg when she was 5 while they were sleeping together. I think it is concerning. I think as a parent, if that actually happened, that Dee Dee would be very concerned. Why are we doing this? Um, and again, a lot of but there is also though that kids do, explore those areas. There's nothing sexual about it too. So I don't want to overreact to this, but her wanting to tell these stories is interesting to me. There's one more clip here at the very end of this that I want you guys to hear, is something that she shoplifted that also kind of gave me, just interesting.
And I also once shoplifted. I once shoplifted a condom just to know what it looked like. And I also once shoplifted a lot of shit. I did chocolate closet. A Playboy magazine.
Okay, I think you shoplifted a condom.
I did.
Like, why would you shoplift a Playboy magazine? And how could you get it? And of course, you shoplifted a condom. Why wouldn't you?
Why would you? Why would a young girl shoplift a condom? I don't know. It's just weird. Everything. My point here is that when she plays these games, they're not per se sexual, like sexually. They're not supposed to be sexually explicit games, but she always goes there. That is her default position, is talking sexually all the time. And if she's not talking sexually, weird sexual shit, stuff about her menstrual cycle over and over again, there's just weird stuff. Then she's talking about getting her pictures taken, getting her pictures done. And then her fascination and preoccupation and obsession with men. It's, it's just, I'm summing up what she did while she was in prison. There's not a lot more to her. And finding a way to utilize her mother's murder to make money. That was what she spent her prison years doing. And I know there's more to come. There's much more to come. I can tell you about the shoplifting thing before I go that many of you know that she blamed her mother for teaching her how to do all this shoplifting and that it was what her mother wanted to do. And I did kind of a deep dive into the calls. I found many calls where she's relating shoplifting stories, and it's never her mother doing the shoplifting. In fact, in the Hobby Lobby incident that happened that many of you know about, if you don't, Gypsy, it's in one of the documentaries. Her and her mother were caught shoplifting. It was Gypsy that did that. It wasn't her mother. And Gypsy admits in a prison phone call that her mother took the rap for her. Her mother takes the rap for her over and over again, over and over and over again. And I've got all these calls lined up that I'm ready to share with you guys, that stuff that we never knew about, that that is just mind blowing. There is so much more to get to, but I wanted to make this video, come to you at the beginning of the week, make this video before I go live again and we really get into some really interesting calls. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My kitty Keekins didn't show up. I apologize for that, but Keekins will be here on the live. I promise you guys that. We will have Keekins here. We'll bribe her. You know, there's an ongoing joke in my home about Keekins with my sons that she has her own entertainment attorney, and my son that's a deputy comes home and he says, was Keekins in the video today? And I'll say, yeah, she was, but she left halfway through. And he goes, oh, do you need to renegotiate her contract? You know, so it's kind of a running joke about the cat over here. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great couple of days before I see you. I hope you guys, if you aren't subscribed to my channel and you enjoy this content, consider becoming one of our subscribers. We really, really value our subscribers here on the Becca Scoops channel. And if you'd like to, if you would like to support us in a bigger way, then consider becoming a member. I'm trying to do more live streams as the summer goes on. And so we do appreciate our members so, so much. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. And wherever Keekins is at, it's going to do it for me and Keekins. Hope you guys have a great rest of the evening. Becca Scoops out. Good night, guys.